Hey everyone, in this video, let's compare Kling with Pixverse and see which comes out on top. In order to do so, here we are first off in Kling, and what I've done is I have used the same prompt in both platforms to see what kind of results we get. And so the prompt that I use for both of them is just this, quite simply, a green hooded hero walking through a fantasy forest. And here we could see what the results are like in Kling. And quite honestly, I am very impressed with what we see here. This is really quite nice. It's got a kind of animated quality to it, which is really neat. And so I am really quite happy with the results that we're getting in Kling. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at Pixverse, and we can see here in Pixverse what the results are like. Now, what we have here is much more photorealistic, but really the results are quite stunning. Really nice and sharp, very cinematic, and I am actually legitimately impressed with what Pixverse is capable of. So this just gives you an idea of what kind of results we get with just the same basic font or with the same basic prompt here. So the prompt that I use, I didn't put any additional details in here about style or anything like that. I just let the AI work on its own. And we can see that by default, Pixverse tends to result in something that's a little bit more photorealistic. Now, this could be a bit of the roll of the dice, but just what we're looking at here, that's what we can see. And really, the results are quite spectacular. I love the look of his armor and everything that's going on here. Really, really quite nice. Compared to Kling, which is also very nice as well, but definitely a more of a animated quality. And you know, you can see a lot of the detail here. It does have a very like 3D feel to it, very much like an authentic world that you can live in. But yeah, it's got a little bit more of an animated quality. And quite honestly, I don't think that that's bad either. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for, right? If you're looking for something that's a little bit more photorealistic, then you might want to consider Pixverse. So let's just go ahead and take a quick look here at some of the options that we have in Kling. And we can see here that with Kling, we have our AI images and we have our AI video. And that's kind of our basic options that we have available to us. However, with Kling, you have here the text to video, we've got our image to video, and we have our lip sync. If we go back over here to Pixverse, then you're going to find a lot of the same functions. We have effect, transition, lip sync, extend. Kling also does extend. Now, one of the differences here might be based on like how many credits they give you. Pixverse gives you 60 credits daily. Now I can tell you that 60 credits, like one image generation, costs 30 credits to generate. So you're really only allowed like one image generation and one video generation per day is about as much as you're going to get out of Pixverse. With Kling, if you are starting out for the first time, then they have some credits here that they can give you, and we can just select that. You can see here that we are given free monthly credits. That's 166, and this is actually not too bad in terms of like what you can accomplish with Kling here. So let's go ahead and try something else here. Let's just say let's just type something in really quick so you can see for yourself that one generation with Kling, just a text to video generation here, is going to cost 20 credits. So 30 credits versus 20 credits, and with Pixverse you get 60 daily credits. With Kling you get about 150 monthly credits. So those monthly credits, you're going to burn through them quite a bit. I think at the end of the day, you're actually going to get more out of Pixverse with the standard free version. Now, this might be a little bit different if you go with the subscription. let's go ahead and compare those. So let's take a look at the monthly. So you can see here for the standard, you get 660 credits per month. For the Pro, you get 3,000. And let's compare this with Pixverse. And we can see with Pixverse, let's go to the monthly, that it's pretty comparable as far as the prices go. Now, for $10 a month with Pixverse, you get 1,200 credits. So that's already quite a bit more. That's about twice as much as the 660 that you get with Kling. Now, keep in mind that the generations with Pixverse cost more. They cost about 30 credits each. I think that still gives Pixverse the edge when it comes to the standard version. Now, here for the Pro, you get 6,000 credits with Pixverse, and with Kling, you get 3,000 credits. So this looks like it would be the advantage to Pixverse. So Pixverse actually seems like it has a bit of a better deal here when it comes to your Pro version. 6,000 versus 3,000, you're going to get more out of it. Now, as far as the basic functions of Pixverse and Kling goes, I'm actually surprised by how similar they are. They do seem to be offering quite a bit of the same. And when it comes to the results speak for themselves. And I think that both platforms are really quite impressive when it comes to what it is that they are generating. It's possible to argue that Pixverse is more focused on photorealistic generations, and you can see that with our creation. And I would say that they're both really quite impressive. I mean, really, again, it's like, what is it that you're interested in? Are you interested in something that's a little bit more photorealistic, or are you interested in something that is more animated? In this case, I would say if you are looking for something more animated, you might want to go with Kling. If you're looking for something more photorealistic, you might want to go with Pixverse. That being said, I have done photorealistic generations in Kling as well, and the results are really quite nice with Kling as well. So when it comes to the two, there's a little bit of a difficulty there when it comes to a comparison, because they're really quite equal. I wouldn't necessarily give the edge to one or the other, aside from the credits. I actually think that at the end of the day, Pixverse is a little bit more generous with how it is that they divvy out their credits. Now, that 60 credits per day, that doesn't really allow you to do much. Like I said, it's going to allow you to do like a couple of images, a couple of videos, maybe like a single image with the video. But aside from that, that's about it. But that compared to Kling, which gives you about 150 credits per month, I do think at the end of the day, you're going to get more out of Pixverse. And that is just something for you to decide whether or not you prefer Pixverse over Kling. I will say that I have a Kling subscription, and I have been pretty happy with it. As far as some of the other options out there, I really like what Kling does. Kling really does give you some nice options here to play with. We've got the lip sync, we've got the image to video. I mean, these are some of the standard things that you would want. It also gives you some really nice camera movement, and you can extend your videos as well. So there's a lot of potential there. Let's just take a closer look here at the create screen for, yeah, I mean, here we go. The only thing maybe I'm not seeing is I'm not necessarily seeing camera options. So I don't know that there is. Let's just kind of sneak through here really quick and see what we can find. I'm not necessarily seeing anything here related to camera movement. So this is where Kling might have the advantage in that regard, because it doesn't look from what I can tell here, it doesn't look that Pixverse has camera controls, whereas that is something that you can do with Kling. So we'll go ahead and say that Kling has the advantage there. And just based on what the community talks about, I think that by and large, Kling is considered more of the top tier when it comes to video generation. But I'm not as familiar with Pixverse as I am with Kling, but I would say that just my experience here with Kling is that it really is quite robust in what it offers. And you could see here for yourself that the results are really quite spectacular. So that's all there is to it. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment and like and subscribe for more helpful tips.